All right, this information is for all you Integra owners and otherwise. I see you for mounting the shoehorn when you're doing an aftermarket steering wheel and you want your horn to work. I've seen a lot of information that has not carried over from the forums on YouTube, so hopefully this is helpful to you all. When you're mounting the shoehorn, it mounts right here. Kind of hard to see. There's a peg right here and a hole. Same with on the shoehorn, there's a peg and a hole. Except the peg lines up and the hole does not line up. And it doesn't exactly fit in between. There's like a raised edge on the right side and an L on the left side. You need to shave down these black areas that I sharpied on the shoehorn. You need to narrow out the bottom piece so it fits in between these two areas. And this hole is not lined up with this top hole right here. So the hole on the shoehorn, you can see here that this hole is offset from this peg, but on the shoehorn, they're right above each other. This is why you have to shave off the left side of this hole on the shoehorn, and that's where you're going to put the screw through in order to mount it. This shoehorn is meant to go all the way across the back. Okay, that's why it's shaped like this. I've seen people on YouTube mount this shoehorn all crazy or use some other kind of wire. They sell these shoehorns on Amazon now, amazingly, like non-OEM. You can still buy OEM, I believe, but they have like replicas on Amazon. You can get it cheap. You shouldn't be having to use all sorts of other random stuff to make contact with the back of your steering hub. And so what you need to do is just unbolt your turn signal stock with 2 bolts right here. And then once you have your steering wheel, your stock off, you can see how it's supposed to mount. So for the cleanest install, you want to just install the shoehorn like so. It goes underneath, it crosses over in order to plug into your steering wheel, your turn signal stock like this. And there is an unused pin in your plug that goes into this piece. It's precisely for this. So again, I saw people that installed this on their car and basically bent the shoehorn all around and connected a wire to it. Sure, you can do it like that, but if you want to do it as clean as possible, this is how you would do it. So again, this and how you figure out which one's which is you can stick that in there. Look at my voltmeter. And then you test all of them, right? Test all of them, nothing on the voltmeter. Hit the bottom one, and you have continuity. So this one right here, this is the top right here. It's this bottom one on this left side of the screen right now. So it's going to be an empty port in your plug. All you do is find a female connector, you know, something like these, right? A female that fits into the plug that's on the harness on your car. Plug that female connector into the harness on the car, run that to usually the blue-green wire that's coming up from your dashboard, because by now you've disconnected the SRS clock spring. And so you need to connect the wire now. Since the SRS clock spring is gone, you're gonna run a wire from the plug on your car that's gonna plug into here. Run a wire from that plug with a new female, and then connect it to like the blue-green wire for your horn. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit, but that's how you do it the clean way. Okay, so on this car, the 98, this has already had some wiring messing around in here, but the blue wire with the green tracer right here is what is originally connected to the clock spring. And what we're going to do is run it up through here, through this area right here, and we're going to need to plug it into this guy right here. So what I made is just a simple wiring harness. So a connector to the existing blue harness right here, and a female that's going to plug in right here. So this is going to plug into your turn signal stock and connect to this bottom left terminal And this bottom left terminal is going to run down the side into this bare male terminal right here that's going to connect to your shoehorn, and it's going to run up to the front and make your connection. So that is going to be the cleanest way to do this install. And if you're unsure which one's the horn button, again, this is the blue wire with the green tracer on this car, you can ground it. And so what you do is touch it to a ground, and then that's testing out the horn. So you know you got the right wire. All right, so we're going to cut this black pieces off. Wear your safety goggles and be careful. All right, so essentially we have it looking like this, and now we're going to be able to install the bolt through the side right here, right about where we cut off this large chunk on the side. So you can take a file and file off any of the sharp edges, but it should be ready to install. All right, so I plugged it in. I forget, the harness goes over the top, so I actually might remove it and run it over the top just like the other wires, but there it is plugged in. You can see the slightly different color, and you just plug it back into your stock now. Okay, so we have it grinded out. I did have to grind out the top right side a little bit more, so you can see here it's pretty thin, but that's to clear this, again, this ledge here. And so you just install this first. I have this tape here because I was making contact and grounding it and sounding out the horn. If you don't want that to happen, either put tape here or just disconnect your battery. But you basically have to run this through underneath, and plugging the shoehorn into the turret signal stock is a little bit of a challenge, but you just get underneath here, use a flathead. It lines up pretty easily because it only goes in like one path, and then just use your flathead and push it into place. Otherwise you could just bend it up if you wanted to, but I didn't really want to bend it all up. So take this tape off, you're good. You just insert the screw to screw this in, and then make sure that this is bent correctly enough to make contact with the back of your steering wheel hub. Okay, so you do have to provide your own screw for here because there's not one that goes in here, not one from the factory. So you just want to find the right size and enough to hold, big enough head to hold in your shoehorn.